It's probably no surprise to you if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel or my Patreon that the MMR vaccine, measles, mumps, rubella, is safe, effective, crucial for preventing the spread of disease, and also the subject of so much debate and pseudoscience from people like Jenny McCarthy and Andrew Wakefield that they're genuinely putting the future of humanity at risk. Unfortunately, vaccine ignorance is not limited to the rich, white, English-speaking world. This week, Indonesia's ruling Islamic organization ordered a fatwa declaring the MMR to be haram, or forbidden. Just to be clear, I say ruling. I don't mean that politically necessarily. The Indonesian Ulama Council, known as MUI, rules over all the other Muslim organizations in Indonesia. It isn't officially a part of the government, but they do receive funding from the government, and the organization's leader happens to be the Indonesian president's new running mate. The small bit of good news is that the MUI did include a little footnote to their fatwa. People are still allowed to use the MMR because there is no safe alternative. But one worries how long it will be before that footnote gets lost and we're left with just the bold print. The MMR is forbidden for good Muslims. The organization's reasoning is one that has concerned many religious people for a long time now, not just Muslims. It's the fact that the MMR includes human cells and pork products. And that's totally true. Scientists use a line of human cells as a culture to grow the viruses used in the vaccine. And then the vaccine is preserved in gelatin, which is like Jell-O, produced from bits of pig, hooves, skin, things like that. As someone who doesn't want to contribute to the death of pigs, which are extremely intelligent, wonderful beings whose farming leads to ridiculous levels of environmental destruction, I think it's extraordinarily unfortunate that vaccines rely upon pig products, but it's what we've got right now. And up until now, major religious leaders like the Pope and various imams and rabbis have told their adherents that it's okay to use vaccines because they're really fucking important to the continued existence of the human race, which trumps worrying over consuming non-kosher products or human cells that originated in aborted fetuses. But now this fatwa appears to be pushing things backwards, with the emphasis on banning vaccines. And according to CNN Indonesia, several towns had already stopped giving out the vaccine just prior to the MUI's fatwa. Meanwhile, Europe is seeing an explosion in measles cases this year, with more than 41,000 people infected and at least 37 dead so far. It's mostly happening in Eastern Europe, with the most infections appearing in Ukraine and the most deaths in Serbia. So what's the problem? Well, immunization rates. They're under what we need for herd immunity, which is the concept that if the vast majority of people are vaccinated, then there can't be an outbreak and measles and other diseases can't spread to other people who are unvaccinated, either due to ignorance or because people are immunocompromised or too young to get the vaccine. Herd immunity starts at 95%. And Europe as a whole is at 90%, but pockets of Europe are at 70%. So to add to that huge problem, now we have a prominent Islamic organization issuing a fatwa that says in bold print, vaccines are off limits. It's not a great situation. It's hardly the only problem facing Indonesia right now. They just put a woman in prison for 18 months for complaining that her local mosque is too noisy. But what's the connecting factor here? It's conservative, anti-free speech, anti-science Islamic influence. Much like Christianity here in America, Islam has infected the Indonesian government. Here's hoping that rational Muslims and rational Indonesians can stand up against that encroaching theocracy before it's too late.